Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Evangelina here, and if you're new, welcome. So it's been a long time since I played Horse Life. I believe the last time I played was in the Valentine's update, week 3. I've been collecting my streaks since then, but that's about all. I have been playing Horse Life for about 2 years. And no, I have been playing for 2 years. Since my first video was 2 years ago. And a lot of updates have been added to the game, mostly more species have been added to the game. I've made so much friends in Horse Life, so much changes have been added. These coins on the ground help you easily earn money. There's races, the races have changed plenty of times. There's these shovels, and like I said, there's new species, there's new shops. A lot of horses in the shops, lots of capsules they added, and there's also saddles, and they added merchandise. So when I was playing Horse Life, it was in the alpha phase, so the horses I originally bred data wiped since they were going to wipe it all and give us new horses, which was reasonable, and we got new horses. So all we were able to do in Horse Life around that time was breed horses. The market realm, I believe, was added a few months after. And then you were able to trade with players and breed your different species of horses. You had to only get glowing horses from spirit tames. Taming horses was harder. The unicorns only spawned on the beach. And yeah, it was basically different. There weren't any time spawns. And yeah, Horse Life early, it was different. It wasn't as money hungry as it is now. There wasn't like as much, well, there was, but every single game has bugs, but recently the bugs have been causing a lot of data wipes in Horse Life in this new phase. And also, we were promised a quest for this NPC for like 2 years, and we still never got it for this lore quest. And they said many times that his story was sure to give us more interaction with the NPCs. And yeah, basically we were going to find out the history of Aetherion and these NPCs. Overall, I feel like these NPCs should have more interaction. They feel lifeless. Their responses are nearly the same every time like you do the quest, but I feel like they should added the lore quest should have been added a very long time ago. Even though we're getting a lore quest event, it seems, on the schedule, because they did place a roadmap on the event. I feel like lots of the event updates in Horse Life have mechanics that should stay in the game instead of just in the events, because it kind of feels like those events are only to get horses that just cost limited coins and limited amounts of time. Like the Heartbane, they had some obby. We don't have an obby in the main realm of the game, which would actually be quite fun to do. There were some different quests, some um, trails, and some more races. We do have trails and races, but they're pretty bland. They're just not like the ones in the Valentine's realm or the others. But yeah, I was just going to say that Horse Life did change a lot, especially with the amount of species we got. Less gameplay updates and more species were added. We got Clydesdales, a robot horse, Hollyhoof, Christmas horse, Vice horse. And this is what Horse Life is. It's a fantasy game where you play the game to collect horses that are a fantasy. Any horse you want, you can get it. They're going to make a strawberry horse, a bee horse, there's a robot horse, there's a dragon horse, there's a moose, there's an alien horse, there's all types of horses. And Horse Life is about breeding those different horses, but it also needs a few new updates. Yes, you can pet the horse, I guess you can pet it, and you can also brush it as well, or clean. Well, you can't really brush it, but you can clean it. But Horse Life did promise earlier that they were going to add a roleplay feature for players who wanted to do a bit more roleplay interaction, more story based, laid back, not just breeding or trading the horse. Would have been cool to see in time. We're in March and they are going to be adding a lore update, but that's the only one I saw that was actually a core gameplay update. So they added the staple clubs. These actually don't even work for me because I tried to collect the coins and they don't really work. But one update I've been looking forward for mostly was the lore quest and the lore update, and also just giving the horses more attention instead of just like their traits. Maybe they could have superpowers, different abilities or interactions, different disciplines. Maybe you could spectate the horse a bit better, make it do different things around the fantasy realm. Maybe that would have been a bit better for horse life, but I think it's going in the direction of maybe just not caring too much about the story and just breeding the colors. Maybe that's the direction it's going in, as it already has, since we basically have been waiting for the lore quest for 2 years. But I think that's what Horse Life wants to do. And I'm not against it, but it definitely isn't going to be something that will allow me to play the game more, as it gets repetitive once you keep breeding all your horses and the inventory is full. It gets a bit boring since there's nothing to do. I feel like a bit of wild horse roleplay would be a good addition to the realm, since you can also, do different things with your horses. I did a few wild horse roleplay in 2024 with a few of my friends that I had, but they've grown up. I have no idea where they are now, so you don't really have, if you don't have anyone to roleplay in a horse game, then obviously you won't be able to, since you won't have anyone to do it with. But I feel like some interactions with more of the horses would be good. Like, what if they had some interactive horses around the world that just randomly spawn, and you do some interactions for them and they give you some gifts and some more lore interaction? Since it's a fantasy world, we should find more of the history of the Heartbane, more of the history of the Hollyhoop would be cool for Ethereon or whatever. Aetheron. I really like this painting because it feels like you want to learn more about horse life and its origin. It gives that sort of feeling with this drawing. But then once you play the game, it's just about breeding and it's not much of any of that. But other than the lore, the game has gotten really money hungry. Like I said, I had to breed the Neapolitan horses from scratch, since I actually bought the feelers, not the feelers. I bought the developer capsule and I got a Neapolitan themed color horse. I thought it was going to be fertile, but it was infertile, which is kind of ridiculous because I thought it was going to be fertile. I thought I would be able to breed it. But it kind of just shows that loot boxes and chests and all of that are just ridiculous in all games, since it's basically gambling, asking you to keep buying and buying until you get what you want, and you may not always get what you want. That's something they've always all games have added, other than like some games on Steam that are just one time bought, which is why I love the Ranch of Rivershine. I feel like any game on Roblox will never be one time bought, it would just be microtransactions. One game I admire that doesn't look too deep into that is LCS eQuest. It's a free Roblox horse game. Totally free, and it's like the most realistic one on there. Also, Wild Horse Islands isn't too bad with the microtransactions. It's made by only a few people. But Horse Life is a different story when you have So much horses luck behind a paywall, and breeding is quite ridiculous because, well, it was worse before they took away the breeding waiting. They also have this thing where you can predict horses. This isn't too bad of a feature because it lets you work for your dream horse. But also, other ways of earning money would be great in horse life. If you were able to do different jobs for a fantasy creature or some of the creatures the horses are based upon, would be really cool. Those are just some vague ideas that I don't think will ever be added to a horse type. Maybe a fantasy game would add that. But basically, my heart horse game would be one fantasy horse game that's one time bought, allows you to breed any horse, catch them in the wild, do anything without any microtransactions, just like a one time Steam horse game. Except it's a fantasy horse game. There is one like that, a bit like Starry Question is a bit like that, but it's even worse than Horse Life with the many paywalls that it has instead. But mind you, more Horse Life is really good when it comes to earning money and game. You don't have to use Robux at all to buy coins. You can just catch and sell. But the issue is the lack of mechanics. Catching and selling is something they've added in the game for a while. We can also breed and claim horses to sell. But that is basically the two main ways of earning money in game. There's other ways that are very subtle, like you can do quests, but you may get some items that will just take like lots of time to do. So the quickest, fastest way is to catch a horse, and that would be the best way to do that. But I'm not quitting horse life. I'm just saying after 2 years of playing and the game mechanics haven't really changed, it's still just breeding and repetitive quests. It's not something I would continue to do for like a third year. I definitely want to explore other horse games, like I've tried the Ranch Rivershine. I'm also eyeing this one horse game on Steam called Unbridled and Legend of Kimori, I think that's how I pronounce it. So I will be trying out those games as well. Horse life, I've been breeding brown and beige horses for a while. Those were the main reason I played horse life, because I loved the brown and beige horses and I loved the color and fell in love with it. So I just bred hundreds of horses with this type of color, like teak and other horses I have obviously in my inventory. You can see them, and I have a few more on my other account. But yeah, I'm going to be selling a bunch of random beige horses for a few final times. After that, I will be making some spring event horses, and then I will focus on heartbane breeding, because as you guys can see, I don't have any themed heartbanes. I don't have any brown and beige, Neapolitan, or vanilla heartbanes. I haven't bred any heartbane yet, so that is a project we're gonna work with. We're gonna try to get some custom themed heartbanes, because these are all either wild caught or just developer heartbanes. So we're gonna try to breed some of those, gonna do some spring event videos, but that's probably going to be it. We're gonna be exploring more and actually get into what my channel was originally supposed to be about. Enchanted and Eugenia, which is Eugenia, she's the character of my channel, basically. The mascot of my channel, Eugenia, is the character I'm playing right now, what she's based off, and Enchanted is her horse. Let me see what Enchanted is. I think I've had Enchanted for about 2 years, maybe 1 year. Okay, June 2024. Yeah, I've almost had her for 2 years. Enchanted and Eugenia, these were supposed to be themed with my horse. In every horse game, I wanted to be able to breed her not much horse games have basically this color of horse, like pearl or palomino looking type of horse. But I guess it's for a reason why I'm still looking for that type of horse game. But I hope you guys understand what my point was in this game. Good things last for a while, but sometimes things always change. Like a season. My channel also started on Wild Horse Silence. I quit that game not because it was boring. I just played it for a long time and wanted to try something else. And maybe I got a little too caught up in horse life. But that's okay because we are going to be trying out different things as I already have on my channel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!